Imagine this. You walk into a room calm, composed, and completely unbothered. You're not trying to impress anyone, yet all eyes are on you. Women start noticing you. They lean in when you speak. They remember the little things you say, and before you know it, they're the ones chasing you. No pickup lines, no over-the-top flirting, just pure, effortless attraction. Sounds unreal? Well, it's not. And today, I'm going to reveal the shocking truth behind why 95.7% of women are drawn to men like this, even if they weren't interested at first. This isn't about looks, money, or even social status. It's about something far more powerful, Stoicism. And no, I'm not talking about sitting on a mountaintop in deep meditation or giving up all emotions like some kind of robot. Stoicism, when used correctly, is like an invisible magnet that pulls people, especially women, toward you without you even trying. So, let's break it down in a way that's easy to understand, relatable, and maybe even a little funny. The power of indifference. Let's start with something that goes against everything you've been taught about attracting women. Ready? Here it is. Stop caring so much. That's right. The more you chase, the more she runs. But the moment you stop, something weird happens. She starts chasing you. Think about it like a cat. Ever try to pick up a cat that doesn't want to be held? It sprints away like you just confessed your love for pineapple on pizza. But if you ignore it and act like you couldn't care less, suddenly, that same cat is rubbing against your leg, begging for attention. Women operate the same way. When you show that you're not desperately seeking validation, they become intrigued. But this isn't about pretending not to care. It's about genuinely not being attached to the outcome. And that's where Stoicism comes in. The key to Stoic indifference is understanding that external validation doesn't define your worth. Many guys make the mistake of thinking that if a woman likes them, they're valuable, and if she doesn't, they're worthless. That's not how it works. A truly high-value man is comfortable with himself, whether or not someone else validates him. When you master this mindset, women can feel it. It's an energy shift. You're no longer the guy seeking approval. You're the guy who has options, who doesn't need anyone to feel complete. That's what makes you irresistible. And ironically, the moment you adopt this way of thinking, women start noticing you more because you radiate confidence and security, qualities that are universally attractive. Mastering emotional control. Ever met a guy who completely loses it over the smallest inconvenience? Maybe his favorite football team lost, or his coffee order was slightly wrong, and now he's having a full-blown meltdown. Not attractive, right? Women are naturally drawn to men who remain cool under pressure. A man who doesn't let external things control his emotions signals strength. It shows he's in control of his own world. And guess what? That's exactly what Stoicism teaches: emotional control. Imagine this scenario. You're on a date, and the restaurant messes up your order. A weak, emotionally fragile guy starts arguing with the waiter like he's been personally betrayed. A stoic man, on the other hand, shrugs it off and keeps the conversation going. Who do you think she'll respect more? The answer is obvious. Mastering emotional control isn't about suppressing feelings. It's about choosing your reactions wisely. Instead of flipping out over minor setbacks, a stoic man understands that not everything deserves his energy. He practices patience, resilience, and self-discipline. Think about James Bond. He doesn't panic. He doesn't react impulsively. He assesses situations calmly and acts with purpose. That level of composure is rare, and that's why it's so attractive. When you embody emotional control, you stand out because most people can't do it. Women see that, and they admire it. The art of mystery. Here's another secret. Women love a little mystery. Not in the "I have a dark past and a secret identity" kind of way, but in the "I don't lay all my cards on the table immediately" way. Think about movies. The most interesting characters aren't the ones who reveal their entire life story in the first 5 minutes. They're the ones who slowly unfold, leaving you wanting to know more. Apply that same principle to your own life. Instead of oversharing, let your actions speak louder than words. Let's say you're at a party. Instead of bragging about your job, your car, or how much you can bench press, just be present, make witty remarks, and let others do the talking. You'll be shocked at how many women start asking about you, trying to unravel the mystery that is you. Women enjoy the thrill of discovery. If you immediately tell someone everything about yourself, there's no chase, no intrigue. But if you hold back just enough, if you let things unfold naturally, you become infinitely more attractive. Mystery doesn't mean being secretive or dishonest. It just means not putting everything out there at once. A little patience in storytelling makes all the difference. It builds tension, curiosity, and ultimately, attraction. High-value mindset. Women chase men who have options. Not necessarily options in the sense of dating multiple people, but options in life. A man who has purpose, goals, and direction is infinitely more attractive than a guy who's just drifting through life. Let's put it in simple terms. Imagine 2 guys. One is a man with a clear vision. He's building something, he's passionate about his hobbies, and he doesn't waste time chasing meaningless things. The other guy is just existing, waiting for something to happen. Who do you think women will gravitate towards? The man with purpose. But here's the trick. You don't do this just to attract women. You do it because it makes you a better, stronger person. The women chasing you, that's just a bonus. Scarcity creates value. Let's say you go to a store and see a product that's always available. It's sitting there, fully stocked, collecting dust. Now, compare that to a product that's always sold out, something people are scrambling to get their hands on. Which one do you want more? The rare one, right? The same principle applies to you. If you're always available, always texting first, and constantly trying to prove yourself, you lower your perceived value. But if you're selective with your time, if you have a life outside of dating, suddenly you become that rare, high-value man that women don't want to lose. Here's the bottom line. The shocking truth about attraction isn't about chasing women. It's about becoming a man who naturally draws them in. A man who is indifferent to validation, in control of his emotions, a little mysterious, and living with purpose. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Have you ever noticed this effect in your own life? Let's talk about it. See you in the next one.